Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, and perhaps even good evening. Thank you so much for dropping by and joining me for another exciting session of the 3D Shenanigans. It looks like we have a full house today. This is really exciting. Miss Julia is here. The Nancy's Art is here. Miss Christina McKay is here. Wonderful to see you again. So glad that you're up and about. Mr. Brian is out there watching. AMZ Dev Mo is here, aka MZerm Arts. That's quite a handful. Can I call you Mo? Shall I call you AMZ? Please let me know. It's all good. It's all good. Annie is here, and anyone else who's out there watching, thank you so much for dropping by. I think I'm going to go get started with a little bit of music because I always like to have a little bit of background music. Got to get organized. And then, my friends, we're going off to, I believe, Venice, which is exciting because Venice is the location of one of the Epic freebies that we got this month from Epic. I believe every month, I don't know when exactly, it's not on the first, it's couple of days into the month, we get a handful of freebies, and it's kind of cool. Quiet piano things, can't go wrong with that. Let's go do that. So yes, we do get that, and this month we had something called Venice, and I'll show you that in a moment. I'm just going to go and prep a project here. I'm going to go use an empty blank, yes, Unreal Engine 5.2 project. I was this close to doing it at 5.3, but hey, let's not do that, shall we? And I'm going to go and make myself a new folder because the testing folder is already getting a bit packed. I might go and call this brand new folder. Let's call it animations because that's what we're making. I think that is correctly spelled. AMZ is okay. I will do that. AMZ, AMZ. I might switch between the two because I don't know. I think technically I'd like to say Z instead of Z, but having been in America for over 10 years, I'm kind of starting to say Z instead of Z, which is weird. And I'm going to call this one Venice 5.2 so that I know which version we're making that with. No starter content, basically no nothing. I just need a project, and then we can go and load the Venice project in here. Venice fast building. Let me go and show you that. Can I show you that? Can I show you? Yes, there it is. It's free at the moment, and I had this idea that we're going to be kind of on the water, on ground level, and we're going to go and pan literally from left to right, and on the other side we'll work out the exact location of the people. On the other side, like, you know, like this walkway here, imagine this is the camera, we're just going left, right, and on the other side there's lots of Quinns with different with different colors walking exactly like we did it last time. I might make a change to the colors a little bit so that we have uniform mannequins walking around, but yeah, this is it. And apparently all these buildings in this set are procedural, so this was made for Unreal Engine 4 originally. I'm not sure what the shaders are going to look like in Unreal Engine 5, but let's have a look at it. I've also bought Easy Sky V2. That's another little thing I might add in there so that we have nice different environments and just a one-click lighting solution there. So let's do that. You can pick this up completely free. Let's see what it looks like. I haven't looked at this at all, so it'll be an interesting thing to look at it. Venice 52. There we go. Let's go and add it to our project. Got to be downloaded first, so it's going to be, you know, as I like it. Thank you so much, and thank you for the kind words, by the way, for the holding loop. This is basically stuff we're doing here. I always put in the holding loop, and I haven't dabbled in animations for a while, just for my personal project, so it's going to be just nice to do that together with you. That looks nicer than real Venice, and probably smells nicer too. Have you been to Venice, Brian? I haven't. I've never been to Venice. I hear that it's a little bit romanticized, a little bit like Paris. And when you ever go in real life, you think, oh, this is like New York, man. Not that it's bad or anything, but often these romanticized visions, they don't really help us out, do they? I'll dock my outliner over here. The regular Unreal Engine layout looks a little bit cluttered, in my opinion. And I don't really like it all that much. I think this level we can ignore. Here's Venice. Blueprints, BSP to floor, maps. Let's have a look what the maps look like. There's overview and there's showcase. Overview is usually the thing that shows you all the bits in the scene, but showcase is really usually like a demo scene. I don't really want to build a scene from scratch. I just like to go and jump right in and see if we can add the Quinn, not so much the project, but the characters that we've made last time. See if we can make that happen. Yes, what is the special today? just not as awesome as you would hope. Right, indeed. Interesting. Today's special is tilapia fillet with white rice, no veg and no drinks for only $24.99. Dessert not included. That's not a lot we're getting for $24.99, is it? My mom's been to Paris a few years ago, and she really liked it. So she was into the museums and was really enjoying it. I've never been. I've been to Saumur, I believe, and I've been to somewhere else, south of France. That was good, with our school choir. Oh yeah, let's do some shader compilation. That's exciting. While this is doing its thing, I'm gonna go and enable the Easy Sky plugin, which is not installed for 5.2. Gotcha. I've installed that in 5.1, but not a 5.2. Gotcha. Let's just do that. Easy, no, that's easy texture converter. That's not what we want. Easy fog. That's also a good one. That's by William Forker. Easy Sky. Let's do that. Put that in 5.2. Yes, perfect. Wow, you know, there's still time. There's still time. Paris is and was a beautiful city. Good to know. Good to know. I think there's so many little animations that I'd like to do. The level we checked out last time, that is still available, by the way. If you head over to Humble Bundle and if you happen to have missed that Unreal Engine Goodies bundle, then type in !humble in the chat, and I think you get a link there. And once you do that, once you follow that link, head over to Bundles and then head over to Software, and this here, the Unreal Engine Mega Pack, they've renewed it for another 7 days. So if you haven't picked that up, I would strongly recommend you do that, because the sheep scene is in here. That is called House on the Hill. So for 25 bucks, you can totally get that, which is all these scenes for 25 bucks. It's really cool. And this is something that I want to use next, also with the Unreal Engine Mannequins here. And then this one's really nice. I've looked at that. And then this is the one that we looked at with the Quinn scene last time. So that is big enough also to make a really cool animation in. And then there's this one. I had actually rendered this, the messenger, with the WP Guru logo on the statue there, but it didn't come out. It was, I had let it render, but the camera didn't render. It was just like a static shot of 30 seconds. And so obviously I couldn't use that. The camera wasn't rendering. So gonna have to look into what that is. So yeah, pick that up if you haven't already. It's a really, really cool asset pack, and for 25 bucks, it's just, it's just what the doctor ordered. Very, very cool. The art of art is here. How's it going, Art? Let's see how we're doing here. Is Easy Sky in here now? It's still not in here. Dang, maybe I need to restart the project or whatnot. This is this is already looking good here. Let's have a look in lit, and under game settings I'm just going to go and uncheck that, and I type in -1. Maybe I'll type in 0. Maybe that, just so that we get, or just maybe -1. It might be a little bit blown out, but at least we get a bit of an idea of what this looks like here. Well, we certainly have water, and it's looking good. It's also long enough. Look at that. It's a total canal. It's got fog. It's got everything. This is great. Ooh. Oh, we've got the gondolas and stuff. I don't know. Can I maybe make use of the gondola? So my idea is to literally go in the left-right fashion here. So from left to right at about this speed. And then on the other side, we're going to see, people walking up and down as a crowd. Let's just like we did it last time. We'll see if we can, how quickly we can do this. I'm hoping this shouldn't really take too long. And we'll pick a few interesting scenery items here. I'll just go a little bit faster. But this would be great with the bridges here. I might go in a little bit so that we can see this and that, so that we're kind of in the middle of the canal. I might go and do the camera a little bit wider so that we get all this going on here. We see the beautiful sky up ahead, and every once in a while when we get to see one of these empty places, like here for example, there could be the 3D Shenanigans logo up there, and this is our end. So this is our animation already. think that is what I want to do. Let's go and check out the other side here. Yeah, literally just that, you know, and then that for 30, 45 seconds, something like that. That's, oh yeah, no, we don't want to do this because there's empty pieces at the end here. Well, sweet. Do I find my way back here? I think we started kind of here. And maybe I want to do it on this end and then looking over here. How's that? Because then we see that that might be a little bit nicer scenery wise. This is what's underneath the water. Not spectacular. So we're not going diving anytime soon there. It is huge, isn't it? Unbelievable. Sheep in the gondola. Exactly. Sheep propelled. I like it. Yes, I think if we kind of start somewhere underneath after the next bridge here. And I might actually, for lighting, let's see what game settings actually would look like. Yeah, it's too dark, isn't it? So do we have... that we're going to make softer shadows first of all, and I think we're going to replace the lights anyway. I think is there a post-process volume that we can fiddle with? Is there? Yes, there is post-process volume, and then is there exposure? Histogram. What does histogram have to offer here? Yeah, that might be too much. I don't want to make it too blown out or anything, but we do want to see stuff in the background, really. I could have a traveling light. If we can't make it work, I could have a traveling light that just, well, then we have a problem with the bridges. Oh, actually, I could have the traveling light travel further from the camera, literally just illuminate the thing on the other side. So this would be nice. I think if we start here and just go perpendicular to just with the river here, because this is nice to see all the Quinns walking up and down there. And then, oh no, there's a house. Dang, we don't want to go through the house. Okay, new plan. This is not what we want to do. Maybe then we do the other side, but go and move, just look this way. I just like the idea that there is, you know, more to discover. Maybe this is what we do then, from here, from this corner all the way over to the other corner. That'll work. I think it might just look a little bit more interesting to have all these other visuals in the back. So then we can start literally here and go all the way this way. I'm hoping. Yeah, with some of the gondolas visible. Yeah, so this is where lighting, that's just crazy, isn't it? Yeah, we don't want to make this here, we want to make it like that, or I could just adjust it. That's a possibility as well. And we'll see what this looks like with easy sky as well. Wafty foliage. Are the bridges going to be a little bit annoying, perhaps? I mean, you know, if not by the river, I can always do something like this. That'd be good. But then we don't get, you know, then we don't get Venice. So, be a shame not to properly feature the set, I'm thinking. Do you know, yes, good idea, Christina. I think even if you're not going to learn Unreal Engine for 2 years or so, I think every month just go in and pick up the freebies, no matter what they are. You never know when they're going to come in handy. Maybe this is actually a better way to present this, and then we can always go underneath the bridges. I might do that. This might be nicer. And the ones in the Humble bundle that I've shown you there, they are also really cool. Speed up and slow down, that's another option to just make it change. Because here you really need this, and then you go here, you really need to have a different exposure. So it's always a trade-off, isn't it? It's always a trade-off. Let me see what this would look like with Easy Sky, and now that we have a little bit of an understanding of what this looks like, I'll go and make a copy of this level. I'll just go and call this here Cinematics, just so that I know that's where my bits and pieces are, and then I'll just copy his showcase into here, and then that'll be my level basically that we'll mess with. Yes, every month, and they have about 5 or 6. I've been collecting them for years, and some of the things are really cool. Like one time they had like levels and sets, but also tools. One time they had the Ultra Dynamic Sky, which is a really nice kind of a lighting solution. Showcase, there we go. So I'll call this one J in Venice. How about that? Well, that'll be my map. I'm going to make sure this is the one that we wake up with when we open the project. J in Venice. Under maps and modes, instead of open world, I'll call this one J in Venice there. And I think also, just to get a little bit, to give my computer a little bit of a better time here, I'll search for frame. And I'll switch to fixed frame rate here to 30 frames. And I'll go save everything. Ultra Dynamic Sky, I think I can try out immediately in light and post-process. Perfect. So we'll go and replace that. I might go and just as a test, let me go duplicate that. Venice UDS, I'll call it. And in this one, we're going to copy the Ultra Dynamic Sky in there. That was also a freebie a while ago. Ultra Dynamic Sky. And I have it could be that just makes us a little bit better light. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Sebastian, what's happening? Enjoy the special. Enjoy the special. So I'm making so many copies so that I can try out some bits and pieces without having to, you know, change something. So I'll go and open this. Venice UDS. It's essentially exactly the same level, but I can make adjustments in it. I'm going to show you something else that's quite cool. So in other apps, we only ever have this concept of there being one scene at a time. Like in Blender, if you wanted to have a different scene open, you'd have to essentially go and open a second instance of Blender. And in Unreal Engine, we have this concept of levels. So this was kind of the precursor of the world streaming that we have now, so that cells, as you approach them, automatically load and unload. But for cinematics, the sort of thing that we do here is not really the world streaming. We don't really need that. So here what I can do, and this is exciting for different lighting scenarios, so instead of just having one level, you can have multiple levels attached to one main level. So like all the lights that are in this level, I can go and copy out and move to a different level, and then I can switch that level on and off. And that's kind of an exciting concept here. So I'll go and make myself a new folder. I'll call that one sub levels, just so that I know what that is, and up here I'm going to go and create a new level, and that now is going to be an empty level, so we're not going to see anything. I'll put that into sub levels here, and this is going to be, I'm going to call this one default lights, just because I can. And then in default lights, so this one's now highlighted or highlit. So if you go to your highlighter and you grab all the lighting bits and pieces and select those that come with the default level, you can go and right click here and say move selected actors to level. And when you do that, you can say, yeah, that's cool, apply to all, it's perfect. Then nothing's changed in the level, but everything has been put onto a separate level and moved out of the main level. So the good news is now I can go and switch off the lights, and I'm left with something that isn't lit at all. So Lumen is still kind of calculating. So as the original light bouncers stop working, we're going to hopefully have a completely black scene. And the cool thing is now I can go, and these are the default lights. If I wanted to go back to those, I can. But now I can go and bring in a different lighting solution and then put that either on the persistent level or even make another one. So I might call this one here, whoops, just make another level here, create new. It's also going to be empty, and in this I'm going to call this one UDS default. UDS default. There. Let's do that. And nothing's on here, but if I do put something in here, then it'll end up on the level that's currently highlighted. So persistent level, that's our original level, and just by clicking this and entering return, I can go there. Or from this little menu down here, you can also switch which level you'd like to be on. So I'm going to go back to the UDS default, and then I'll go and bring in ultra dynamic sky. That's the one. Left click and drag that blueprint in. Wait a second and see how that looks. So that could also be a little bit strong here. UDS, where you at, buddy? There you are. So I'll move you over to lights, literally. Or lighting. There we go. So the good thing is with that now selected, I can go and do other things. So first of all, out of the box, I already see that the lights look much nicer already. So I don't have that problem that I had earlier there. And also we have weather options now that we can dial in and spin things around. I always forget where that is. Real time, we're going to go cinematic with this. Sky atmosphere, yes, that's what we want. We can animate the time of day, and we can start the day as well. So the dusk dawn time, what was that again? The time of day is currently 960. It's kind of 9:30 in the morning, I guess. But if you wanted to make it 6 o'clock, then the whole thing takes on a very different look and feel. Or we can make it like 12 o'clock. Oh, that's midnight now, isn't it? Also, skies come out. Skies and the sun, all that comes out. Oh, there's the moon. That's quite cool. That's quite nice. So then 3 in the morning, the moon moves. So as you animate this this value, you can actually see the moon travel. That's kind of nice, isn't it? So 500, the moon goes down. So maybe something like 5:30, something like a, I don't want to make it too dark. But that could look really cool. I can see if I can animate the time of day as we travel through Venice. That would also be good. It's good, isn't it? There's another one. This one was free a while ago, but it's not free anymore. But you have to buy this. But it's a good one by Everett Gunther. He made this, and the other one that's similar to this is called Easy Sky. That's by a Dutch company. That's kind of similar. The other cool thing about this is that if I just bring in a, like, let's say, let's call it 11. Let's do 11. This has a weather component as well. So if I go and left click and drag the weather in, then it, I think, automatically finds ultra dynamic sky. So it works in conjunction with it. And it, I believe, goes and kind of hooks up, and it goes and produces rain and all kinds of other effects. So also very, very cool. If we wanted to have it rain, then, you know, now it rains. And there's some other presets that you have, so you can have it like, you know, thunderstorms and thicker cloud coverage and all that. So that's all possible. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but it's definitely possible. Here's there, clear skies. I can go and switch that back to clear skies. That's quite nice. Or you bring it to cloudy. If we think, you know, cloudy is nice. Some puddles on the floor already. That's kind of cool. Or we go and make it foggy. So that's kind of the fog that I would probably use instead of the one that came with the level. But it being foggy, you don't see any definition in the sky. So maybe something like a clear sky would have been nicer. There's a bit of overcast weather, also possible. Partly cloudy. Oh, it's not partly cloudy. Yeah, it's a little bit partly cloudy. That's not bad. Partly cloudy. We see some definition in the sky. That's quite nice. Crank up the saturation a little bit, and we're almost there. Oh, cloud speed multiplier. I think if we set that to 5, then the clouds just travel a little bit faster. Also not bad. Or if we wanted to have them travel even faster than that. Good stuff, huh? So partly cloudy. Then there's also rain. We've seen rain. The rain just starts to rain. There is a very cool function in this. I mean, look, you can see it. You can see the material being affected on the ground already. But if you wanted to see this, these puddles animate, there is a material change that you can make, and then that also happens. So this is kind of a cool way to see actual animations in rain. There's also, if you had objects, do we have objects here? We don't, but if we did, you could get this the materials to hook into the ultra dynamic weather, and then you'd see things like leaking down on cars and barrels. It's very cool. It's just a node you have to plug in. I don't think I'll do that because it'll be a bit, you know, it just, all of this takes time. I think I just want to find a nice mood here. Rain and thunderstorm as well. Well, that's, I don't see it thundering. Sandstorm, also not bad. Gives us an apocalyptic feel. And then maybe snow as well. Is it snowing? I can't tell. Oh, there we go. It's snowing now. Easy Sky does is that it doesn't have snow as such. It has the concept of a temperature. So you say, well, there is rain, but if the temperature happens to be below 0 degrees centigrade, the rain turns into snow. That's also nice. A nice way of doing it. So now we have a Christmas scene here. Snow blizzard. Oh yeah, very nice. Now we have Venice in the winter. Yeah, I think on second thought here, I think from here to there, this looks nice, but because we keep encountering these bridges, it might just be disruptive, I'm thinking. And I don't want to rip the set apart and take the bridges out. That'd be bad. I'm also not sure about the blizzard atmosphere, so I might not do that. Or maybe I will, I don't know. What do you think? Blizzard or no blizzard? Clear skies? Rain? I don't know what to use now. But yeah, this was my original idea. Be close to the water and just have something like this, and then there's going to be, you know, people walking past there. Maybe the bridges don't matter so much. Maybe I will do that first and I'll see what happened. And then we're going the other way, left to right. So I think I might do that. No blizzard, but bridges are fine. Okay, great. Brian, that really helps. Thank you. Oh yeah, so we'll start here then. So this set here, Venice, does have an interesting it's got these buildings, they get made I think randomly. I don't really know how it works. I haven't tried this out. I might just, if I wanted to have the level start here, I might just go and put a few more houses in here at the back and just duplicate a few. We might do that. But let's get rid of the blizzard first. I think you're right, Brian. Let's not have a blizzard. I think clear sky, that was a bit much. I think I like the partly cloudy version. Was it partly cloudy? Like this. And then we'll have some fast traveling clouds. I think that might be good. We can probably get the light to turn around so that we have it behind us, so that we don't see the people walking around in the shadows. Yeah, so I'm just going to see if I can duplicate some of these buildings here over there. Just so that we don't see nothing. Alt left click and drag duplicates whatever is selected. If it's complex objects, that might take a second. Oh, especially because I'm on the wrong level. I've just realized that. I'm still on the lighting level, and if I go and do this, I'm basically copying these things onto the second level. And that is why it takes a little bit longer than I wanted it to. I think I might also go in and use a foliage tool to just put some grass, just sporadic grass on the pavements there. There we go. Yeah, so this is just background candy. This is not supposed to. We're not going past here. I just want to have this filled out so that we see something here. And I think I want to do the same with. Well, first of all, I'll go and change the level here to persistent level, and then whatever is still selected here, I'll go and move to selected level so that they can all stay there. That takes another moment. ANZ thinks sandstorm. Hey, maybe we'll have different versions, you know. Let's see if we can get the other project imported as well. That's the other thing I'd like to do. The one that we made last time. And this here, I can hold Alt and Control, and then I can draw a rectangle around what I want to select. This also selects the thing underneath it, so Control click on the water to disable that, because I don't want to duplicate the water. And then I'll just go and whoops. And then I'll just go and Alt left click and drag this over. And then I'll duplicate that a few times so that we have another canal down here. Come on, buddy, you can do it. There we go, perfect. I don't mind them intersecting with one another. I also don't mind, oh, there we go. I think this is them being all randomized now, I think. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Christina, I was looking into U-Draper yesterday. Are you familiar with that? U-Draper, for those of you who haven't heard it, is a real-time cloth simulation plugin for Unreal Engine. And although Unreal Engine, I like it, although Unreal Engine itself has a cloth simulation, it's a different kind of system. It's more like what we have in Marvelous Designer, but in real time. So it's similar to the GPU simulation in Marvelous Designer. So the idea is that you would bring in a garment similar to what you have in Marvelous Designer, pattern created, pattern based, and then you can go and literally pull and prod in the live simulation, and that looks kind of cool. I was thinking of playing with that. But it looks a little intimidating when it comes to setup, so I've waylaid those plans, you know what I'm saying? Thinking this could just be a background thing. We don't even need to see it, so this could just be... Yeah, and I really only do that so that when we are in here, when we start here, there's something there to look at. There. Doesn't look so boring then. Okay, let's see if we can move the rotation of the ultra dynamic sky around. Only in current level. There we go. Ultra dynamic sky. Weather goes into here and here as well. So this, I'm thinking, I don't know if that is idiotic to think about, but if I go and rotate the whole thing kind of 90 degrees, should the shadows change? No, that's not how it works, Jay. Of course not. That's you're thinking logically. That is of course not how it works. That is maybe the sun route instead. Sun rotation? No, that's also not how that works. How about the sky sphere? That also doesn't change the shadows. Maybe there's another sun. There we go. Sun. Does that also generate? Ah, there we go. Yes, that is exactly what I mean. So just put the sun. I don't want to take the drama out, but I also don't want the people to walk in the shadow. So like this would give us really flat lighting. I don't want to do that. And this might give us kind of shortish shadows, and also depend on the time of day here. If 11 is a bit too oops. Oops. 1330 seems to be nice. And the sun, that's the one that we've moved, right? Yes, perfect. So if we make that, that looks nice and bright and sunny. I think I'm liking this. I think I'm liking this. I might make it a bit less intense. Oh, I'm not allowed to do that here. Or play more with the time itself. It's so much fun to do this. You're like, God. We'll see what it looks like with the people in. I think for now I'm going to go with 130 here. See how that goes. Those shadows look completely unrelated to the buildings. Let me go start setting up my my animation from over here to over there, and then we have at least something like a cinematic that we can quickly cut down to, and then, you know, see what that sounds like. So this is kind of where we start, middle of the river. Also, hello Ascania, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. Okay, level sequence. I'm going to call this one River Cam. That's the only thing I'm thinking we're going to actually do. Just have that shot. Maybe 18, and not 1800, just 18. And I think also I don't want to use the camera to use its own post-production volume, and then in the focus, I think I might just stick with disable for now, and we'll work on depth of field if we use it a little bit later. And that here I think that's a good height for this. So we see a little bit of water and we see the people over there. So I think maybe then this here, that could be the first keyframe. Transform, check. And then I'm thinking 30, 40, 45 seconds, 40 seconds. Minute is too long. Maybe 30, let's say 40 seconds. 40 times 30, then we're talking 1200 frames, right? I'm thinking 40 seconds. 40 seconds is good. 40. Oh yeah, and I might as well just think in seconds, and then we'll type in 40, and then we're all good here. So then at the end of this, oops. I want to be here, and we'll see what that looks like. Like here, I can come out before, so that. And we'll see how fast the traveling speed is. Yeah, nice and slow. That's exactly what I had planned. And then we probably want to do this with linear interpolation. Might even be too fast. So it might make it a bit slower. Because we're planning a lot of people here, you know. On the bridges. Anyway, perfect. Okay, so maybe I'll make it slower then. Yes, slower. Let's do that. So 60 seconds. Pop this in here. Camera gets extended and keyframe. Only the last keyframe, mind. Gets put over here. So then this. It's nice and smooth and slow. I like it. I can see it working. Great. Let's go and see if we can put the put our crowd in, and then I'll see if we can put just a little bit of kind of, you know, grass on particular pieces here where it's not quite all that clean. I think they did a good job with decals already, but I might try and put some more bits and pieces on the houses. So there are some decals on here already. Like these things here, those are decals, but I think we can maybe go to town and put some other bits and pieces like graffiti and stuff on some of the houses. Well, we'll see how it goes. But first of all, I think we need that. I'm going to grab a copy of my previous project, and then I'll put the nav mesh directly here on the sidewalk, and then split smaller bits and pieces out so that they can walk over the bridges and all. See if we can make that work. That gondola driver is working hard. Yes, exactly. I like it. Yeah, maybe there's also, I'll see how far we go, but maybe I can have the 3D Shenanigans logo in here as well, and also people who are not walking, just people who are looking at one another and having a conversation with one another. So see how that goes. I can see us working more on this project tomorrow. I think the previous one was done in 5.1. Let me go and import that into this one. Maybe we do have a gondola driver who should, you know, go up and down the river. That might be nice with one of those sticks. Maybe a loving couple sitting in one of the gondolas. Tourists taking pictures like that. So much stuff you can do. And that's how a half-hour project turns into 7 years worth of work. Yes, that's how it works. And if 1 minute is still too fast, we can even make it longer. I don't mind at all. I don't have to show the whole 2 minutes, but at least we get that nice nice section, correct speed out. And if it is 2 minutes, say it is 2 minutes. Sticky gondolist, yes, that's him. And then we have a game. Brian, that could be the game. I think Walker test, that was what we did last time, wasn't it? Brian, thank you for the chat. I'm totally up for tomorrow 12. That'll work really well. That'll be good. Let's have a look at cloth dynamics. That'll be really good. and how easy it is to make those happen. Because I tried it again today, and it really wasn't anything anyone should be doing with the native tools in Unreal Engine. So this is what we have, and this is the behavior I'm going to implement there. So just these guys walking around. I'm going to make a little change to the materials. I think I might externalize that into the game mode rather than having the color be picked in each character. It's probably easier to have that in a central location rather than duplicate that out, just for memory management purposes. And I think for that, I might just use this whole level here and export that, because it, I think, references everything else we need. And this is called third person map. Gotcha. Maps. I think that's the one. Just this whole folder here. Migrate. Yeah, definitely save that, because no one wants to have that sky sphere. And these all look great. Let's go duplicate that into my other project. That was in here, wasn't it? Venice content. Gotcha. Ding. See if that works. Gondolumpy style. I like it. See, now we have the title, and we're going to make sure it's totally unwinnable, that game. Very important. We're telling people we've made 50 levels, but really there's only one, and you can never really get to the end of it. That's the plan. That's so mean, isn't it? I might just leave this open for a second just to see if that worked out okay. And we have third person and blueprints, AI NPCs, AI walking. Perfect. We've got that. Excellent. So I think just while I'm here, just to refresh ourselves of how we did this dynamic material layout, that was in the construction script. So this is what we did. We had color 1 and color 2, and those are arrays. We pick a random color from here and from there, and we set that in the construction script. So I'm thinking, rather than doing this, I might go and just do that in event begin play, and just have the game engine do that, and basically have the game engine have that function, and then have the walker guys just do that when they begin walking. I was also debating how to do it so that the color is uniform on both material instances, but I might just go and leave it as it is, I'm thinking. And this really isn't necessary at all. I'm just thinking, is this the game mode already? Game mode, perfect. Yeah, we can use that then. Game mode. So it's not an event begin play, it's a function. Randomize color. And that will pop in here. That also means this guy, oh, I see, so that this guy needs those two variables. That means we have to set those up again. Do you know what, let's not bother, maybe. It works as is. Let's just get on with the animation, I think. Okay, fine. Forget that game mode, it's cool. We, you know. Sorry I disturbed you. Sorry I troubled you. But what I will do is change the colors up a little bit. Where were they now? That wasn't here. That was in characters. Was it in here? Yes, that was it. And materials. instances, Quinn, there we go. Blue, green, red. I think blue was good, but green and red were a little bit strong. So I'll just go make that a little less strong. Just a little less saturated. Like so. And I think, did I think the same thing about the red? I might go and duplicate the reds into slightly lesser reds. So like red 2 can be less red. And then, oh yeah, those need to then also go to my arrays here. Color. Does that work? Just to add it there? Does that, do you work like that? No, you don't do it. Of course you don't. That would be. And the yellow, I think I was okay with. The blue, I was also okay with. Okay, then we have a couple more colors now. That's nice. So then, nav mesh. Was that on the volumes? Nav mesh bounce volume. There we go. That's it. I think I might just leave it as slim as that and just keep duplicating it. I don't actually know how it works. If they overlap, I think it counts as one. I think. I mean, don't quote me on this. Where are you? Nav mesh bounce volume. So I'll go put you into your own folder. I think if, as long as they're interconnected, that's all good here. So it looks like this is technically going to work if only it was a bit taller. So then he could go on top of the bridge here as well. Or so I thought. Maybe not. And this guy can just go and... Who knows where they're going to walk, huh? I should make a nav mesh for the gondolas. That would be interesting. Perfect. Perfect picnic spot over here. Okay, let's see what happens if we drop a few of our people in here. I think you guys are still in the... Are you in the nav mesh folder now? BP Walker, you're probably going to go into a new folder, and we're calling you Walkers. Or let's call you AI Walkers. There. Goody. Let's see if this works. Oh, dang! I forgot, I don't think there's a player controller hooked up to this, so let's go and do this with Simulate. And then we're hoping, oh dear, what happened to the light? There's no light. Dang, that's not good, is it? Keep the light intact. Where are my walkers, first of all? There, that's where you guys are. So that's a problem, isn't it? How do my cinematics hold up then? Do they work? If I'm here? I haven't actually thought about this. The glow sheep. Oh yeah, good idea. Yeah, because if I go and play, this is also not going to work, is it? Because as soon as we simulate, the lights go out. Dang, why do the lights go out? At least they glow, huh? So that was the plan. We just go and do this, and then we just go by. But of course, we now have no lights. Curious. Oh, maybe it's something. Maybe it's because I've switched the ultra dynamic sky over to cinematics. That could be. Come on, buddy. It's because I forgot to put a quarter in the electric meter. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Cinematic offline, game real time. Let's try that. Does that work? Keeps fingers crossed. No, it doesn't work. Dang. I have no idea how to solve that then. That's a shame. Hey, it all worked so well. How about the in simulate mode? Same thing, right? Dang! That's a shame. This could have been so good. So what I might do then is just go and make sure they are distributed properly, and then look at the second lighting solution, which is Easy Sky. What a shame that this didn't work. Unexpected pitfalls. Some things are so quick and easy and so super nice. Other things, a total nightmare. So they'll go distribute themselves anyway, I think. But if I go and just keep duplicating them just like I did last time here, then I think we're golden for the crowd. I don't know how many I want everywhere, but I think, you know, a decent sized crowd. So by the time we reach these guys, they should be walking all over the place here. Dang, I forgot to pay the electricity bill again. Yeah, I think I've ruled that out within the first 24 hours of trying out Unity. Once and never again. Man, how can you get the first time user experience so wrong? It is, I found it surprising. Surprisingly bad. Is that your experience as well, Ascania, with Unity? The stuff I had to do to get this going on Unity, man, never again. It might have changed, so it's like it's 3 to 4 years ago, so it might be like super amazing now. Or it might not. So we'll do the other ones in a minute here. See how large the crowd can actually be before something untoward happens here. Oh, perhaps we've reached that point already where Unreal Engine is unresponsive. Dang. If I was clever, I could literally do it by, as I go from one part of the scene to the other, I could do it so that these guys deallocate in the front and then reappear in the back. That is a possibility. So there might be too many already. I'll see how it goes. I'll put another blob of people over there. I think I'd like to also go and just have just a few guys standing that are literally just talking to one another, so that they're not walking. So a few of them will just be, you know, having a conversation, maybe a busker, that sort of thing. So that's good. Let's see how they behave going in there. This might be a lot of people over here. That's so many people. So if I disable ultra dynamic lights and just ultra dynamic sky and just put the default lights on for now, see what that looks like. And more to the point, will that work? Another thing I can try is to literally just go merge. Yeah, okay, that doesn't work either. It's funny, I had something similar with Easy Sky that was related to foliage. If there was foliage on two different levels, the plugin wouldn't render the second level of foliage, which is weird. But hey, that's just... Oh, it's because it's disabled. Oh, that's why. Is that why? That is why, wasn't it? Lighting is in here, and lighting was actually disable lights process that can go. Let's see, does that work? No, it doesn't. Dang. Okay, no worries. We'll go and put it... Put all this and move it to that level. Perfect. Don't worry about it. We done here? Good. So that's switched off, but the light's still on. Come on. It's gotta work. That looks promising. Yes, that does look promising. And then we're just, yeah, this is still too fast, isn't it? So yeah, so I think we're gonna make this whole thing twice as long. Yeah, nice. Here on the bridge. That's perfect. Yeah, you walk over there. That's amazing. What's with that house is cutting into the bridge there? We need to go and fix that. That's not nice. Hey there, guys. How's it going? Perfect. Nicely done. Massive party, and it looks like we can have more people at the end here. We must have more people at the end here. Yeah, way more people. And then we're here. Or since we now, that's another possibility, since we now have quite so much level, I could just make the whole thing shorter, but don't go all the way to the end. That's a possibility. I could say I could leave it at a minute, but essentially just go and stop halfway, so that we essentially go to about here, and this is where we could stop. He says, not being exactly sure where we'd stop. Maybe before this bridge here. That might work. Or we just leave it at 2 minutes. I don't mind. Maybe we should do that. From the Arctic. Oh, wow. More tech gadgets. That's exciting. I only really know one person who's currently in the Arctic, and that is Mr. Matthew. If you are that, Mr. Matthew, then welcome, welcome. If not, also welcome. It's just very nice to put a name to a face. Good to see you, buddy. The Arctic. Wow. That is crazy. It's so cold. Yeah, so I might just do that and call this 120 seconds. Put it out all the way over here. I'm making an Unreal Engine animation with a project that I started last week with AI behavior with these cute little people here. I think, yeah, 120 is good. Or thereabouts. I'd love to be exact, but that's not always easy. There. like so. What's the speed now then? It still looks fast. Can you believe it? That's crazy. Since I'm not all that keen on this house here anyway, let's go and fix that. Your house. What you been up to? Oh, I see. It's because of the. It's because of the courtyard. Ideally, we just use a slimmer one. Or we just go take that out. How's that? There, perfect. From the Arctic, man, that's crazy. Yeah, now there's no more house intersecting here. Oh, we're tracking all these walkers? I didn't mean to do that. I think I had actually forgotten to change the camera keyframe. So yeah, of course it's going to be still. There we go. So that's what that looks like now. So that could be too slow. But since I'm hoping there's a lot of stuff happening, maybe it isn't. Well, let's have a preview. I like how they all rush off. I think that's more the speed I was looking for. And then we'll put 3D Shenanigans logo in there like we did on the sheep one, so we could maybe pass that a few times. Thankfully, I believe we've already made WP Guru graffiti, so that could also be on the house somewhere. It's almost a shame that it's unpredictable where these guys go. I might even, although I do, the camera goes because it kind of suggests we're on one of those gondolas indeed, which I might duplicate, by the way, because I do like to have them in several places. I wonder if these gates here, these don't know what you call them, if they do get in the way a little bit. Again, I think here we could be out. So I might just take some of those out and leave some of them in, but take some of them out where it gets a bit too crowded. And I think this, after 90 seconds, this is probably going to be our out here somehow. Yeah, because I think 90 seconds is kind of the max duration. I don't want to make it any longer than that. Yeah, so we'll ignore all this back bit here. I'll duplicate some more of these trees, take some of these bits and pieces away. That means we don't have to worry about the walkers at the end. So gondolas first, oh, saving first, even better. Always good to save your work before you do any escapades here. Now, even if we don't have stairs here, that's another thing. Can we duplicate that instead? Oh, I see, that's BP Canal. Gotcha, gotcha. Whereas this is BP Not So Canal. So if we take this away and just grab this instead. That's actually already lined up perfectly. Like it, like it. This goes here, and put that a bit closer. And then this is, in fact, the blueprint for the canal. BP canal. Oh, I see he did this with splines. That's nice. Railing type. None. Okay, perfect. Railing gone. I love it. There's no railing here either, but I do actually like the idea of maybe having some. I think we're going to start with a gondola as well. And maybe he shouldn't park there. We'll just go park here perhaps. So we have gates here, but perhaps not here. How's that? Pillar at start, at end. Man, this is amazing. Very nice. No railing. Sweet. That will be that. Oh, and then we need a bit more gondola action at the end here, I think. Ooh, Sebastian, thank you so much for the coffee donation. I appreciate that, buddy. That is really nice of you. Thank you so much. Very encouraging. I always love it when that happens. That is so, so cool. I'm not sure if we're going to see the end bit here. Oops. I just want to put one here just in case we ever do see it. So that is nice. I think also these trees, there's some really nice trees here. I'll go and just duplicate this one. Put you in here. Look at that. Comes. It's not just the tree. It comes with the whole, you know, it's being planted somewhere type thing. So that is nice. You be here. Nav mesh builds itself around it. That's quite cool. Yeah, so more trees, more foliage, because I think they're just beautiful, aren't they? Put another one, I'm thinking, into, whoa, hello, that is, who made you so tall, buddy? Well, I was kind of hoping that scale is fixed. Of course it isn't. Maybe kind of 0.6. Yeah, I'm going to go and duplicate some of the green ones in a moment as well. And I think then we'll just go through with the detail brush and put, you know, some of these things here, like leaves on the ground and just some grass that grows in the cracks. I think we'll do that. Yeah, so the front looks a little bit slim, but then there's also not exactly a lot of room for trees. So maybe we'll have, does the green one come as a little bush or something? Like this guy here. So they look like they completely randomized, like scale type of foliage as well. The nav mesh keeps updating, so that is you know, that is something. Let me see what happens if I just make it invisible. Yeah, it still doesn't do that. I wonder how I do it from, if I could just go and pop it to a different level Then I could do that. I might just go put it to the USD level. And then just disable it, so now we don't have a nav mesh anymore, but also he doesn't have to go and keep calculating it. So I'm hoping that works. Yes, it does. Good stuff. Let's see if I can go and figure out how to change the material on the tree. I bet there's another funky little option that this has. Yellow tree color. Oh, there we go. Tree list. Tree 5. That remains interesting. Random tree. No, don't do random tree. Oh, nice. Random tree color. No, don't do that. Yellow, red, or green. Yeah, let's do green. What does red look like? Nice. Look at that. That's very cool. Let's make it green. Well, absolutely. Of course they would. Of course they would. And there'd be guidelines if you can't have a tree that many feet across the something else has happened here with the building. What's going on here? This doesn't look healthy, does it? Have I accidentally put two buildings into one another? I have a feeling that's not supposed to happen here. I might go and take this away, this building, and just use this. I think sometimes randomization does get it wrong. I think that looks a little better. Now we need to talk about the position of the tree, because it can't really be in front of people's doors. But it can be here, you know, that'd be nice. Avoid straight lines. Avoid straight lines. Let's put another one here. Well, perhaps this one's a little larger. Yes, gotcha. I get you, buddy. Perhaps this one's red. Perhaps also this one isn't quite that large. And then I think maybe we're going to have a couple more around the corner here. Whoops. And just in case we do see it, not saying we will, but just in case we do. And we need to just go duplicate this here, just to finish that off. Yeah, should we have we have one more? Let's have one more. Or just scale. Also, oh no, we just pop them straight inside the house. No one's going to ever notice. Like the house over the canal. Totally fine, totally fine. So I don't know if we're going to see this, but if we were... Oh, yeah, we are. Well, now that I see these trees, I think there's room for a couple more at the back. Let's do that. You... Who says there are no trees in Venice? Oh yeah, who says there are no massively super large trees in Venice? That might be a bit much here. On both accounts. Well, it does actually, you know, hint at some nice parky bit going on in the back. So yeah, I'm okay with it. Like you in particular, I think you could just move over here so we don't really see what's going down. And then a smaller version of you could be on the other side. How's that? This is so much fun doing this together with two people in the same level. As long as you have all the assets in there, you can use the multi-user plugin for Unreal Engine to do that. I think we're going to thin some of these walkers out, especially in the beginning. I think that's just a bit, it's just a bit much here. A little bit too much crowd movement here. Oh, did you? So did changing the profile picture help the buffering? I think I know the answer to that, but maybe it has. Hey, buffering's never good. Let me go and put the 3D Shenanigans logo somewhere in here. Like this is a good spot, perhaps. How do we? What does it look like on the when we pass the? Oh, autosave. Right, gotcha. There, perfect. What does it look like when we pass the... Like, this is already nice. I think I'm going to put some more gondolas here. Let me just pick the perfect spot for the 3D Shenanigans logo. Would we see it on the bridge? Or it could just be underneath the bridge. Past these bridges, like here. There's the perfect spot for 3D Shenanigans. Here. This is it. Then we can go put you kind of over here and more into the corner here maybe. And 3D Shenanigans can be right here, I'm thinking. Let's do it. Grass, mustn't forget grass. 20 minutes, we can do it, we can do it. So I think the 3D Shenanigans logo isn't here, is it? Where was that last? That's in the sheep project. Let's see if we can bring it in from there because it has the materials as well. So let's go do that. The 3D Shenanigans cafe, I like it. We should have a cafe like that. Yes, I agree. Maybe another one under the bridge. That's possible. Maybe one on the gondola. Another gondola floating past us. How's that? That's even better. Just have the 3D Shenanigans logo kind of overtake us in the tunnel of a bridge or something like that. Curious. Always nice. Oh, hey, Mr. Nate. How's it going? Hey, that's really annoying when that happens, isn't it? I mean, the way we rely on the internet, we have this here in our area that its download is super stable, but sometimes the upload speed just goes and with no notice, and literally to something akin to like, you know, 0 upload speed. It's really annoying, and they don't really know what it is. It's like, you know, either it's a whole weekend, it could also be like for weeks. Sometimes it just comes back after half an hour. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. They just keep fiddling all the time. The best thing I can suggest is get yourself a backup mesh router with an LTE card. $50 a month. If you work with the internet all the time, that's not that big a price to pay. And it's $50 a month or $55, I think, a month with AT&T. Gets you 100 gigabytes up and download speed. Up and download, like either they count data. So good to have you, Nate. Good to have you. How am I going to do that? WP Guru, this is the whole thing. I'm going to go and migrate all of that into Venice 52. Perfect. Bad cable. That's a bad cable. Yeah, I think the small print will probably say, well, we can't guarantee gigabit thing at all times. That's always their get out clause. Well, we never said you're going to get a stable 1 gig connection out of this at all times. Really? Because that's what it looks like? No, that's not what we meant. Oh, right. Did the mesh not come in? That's not the mesh, is it? It's totally not here. Dang, brother. That's cold. Oh, is it here and we just can't see it? Oh, there it is. It's just a fraction of the size that I had expected it to be. That's okay. Re-import with new file. I think, was that still on the desktop? Yes. There, just open that. Does that work? I don't know. Yes. Done. I don't know. I mean, sure. Whatever. Aha, there it is. Yeah, almost. Almost. Slot name, let's go with yellow. Hello? Yellow, there we go. That's nice. I'm not sure about the metal shader here still, but we'll see what it looks like in Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, that makes sense that it didn't quite come across. Yeah, I might be in for more like a get the flaky color effect out there. We'll see what it looks like. So if this is here, it's a little bit mirrored and all. Yeah, make it a wee bit larger, like, you know. It's the hero. It's the thing is the hero. Yeah, so a little bright, so I'll make that a little bit less bright. But, you know, I think that might be working. Slightly over to the side a bit so that we can see it right here, I'm thinking. And you're going to be in a different position anyway by this point. And we wanted to thin out the crowd at the front a little bit. Yeah, these are all, these I think they're going to be okay by the time we get here. It's just that these guys, I think there were just a bit too many people here. Yeah, just make you a few less here. And I think over here that's actually quite funky that you guys are here in such big masses. I might just take a few of you out and just duplicate some of the other guys at the end. I think that might be nice. See the crowd, and kind of here we need a few more. If we even get to that point. So I think we're getting to kind of here, 3D Shenanigans, and then we're out, because that's kind of the big reveal, I guess. But these guys, I know they're going to walk away from here, so come on, buddy. Come on. How is everything at Shay Nate? How's your mom? If she's watching, hello. If not, hello all the same. All good. I think this is probably an okay gap here. This is where the guys are going to be. So grass, moving gondola. Quick preview. I think I might go and have another think about the light. I might just make it a little bit darker, essentially. And that was a blueprint, wasn't it? And not just the current level here. That was a blueprint, wasn't it? Oh, there we go. Blueprint. Oh, it's just called UDS, isn't it? UDS, Ultra Dynamic Sky, yes. So we make it later in the day, and we just deal with the shadows anon. Yeah, that might be too late already. 6 in the evening. Maybe how about 5? 5. The sun's just setting here. $5:30. Give Lumen a minute to calculate things. 5:45. I think it's actually. Well, that might be nice in the afternoon type sun. No, actually, it's not nice. It's all too dark. So it'll have to be earlier than that. I might just do this and then go and adjust the post-process volume if we have one. Do we have one? Do we? We don't. We could add one and just make it a bit darker. Or can do that on the camera. That's possible. Let me try that. Post-process volume. This might not work because the Ultra Dynamic Sky might already have one and mess with it. So manual exposure and then exposure. So yeah, that doesn't actually work. Okay, then we can just go get rid of it. It's probably because it already has one and I don't know how to use it. Wonder if I can override that on the camera. I wonder. You like the colors, like the afternoon colors? Let's see if we can work with those, because I do like those as well. If we do that and just see if we can figure out a way for the shadows to not not get cast by the houses. I mean, one easy way to make that happen is to just make the houses invisible. We don't really need them. So I could literally just go either turn them invisible or just go and do that. Maybe I'll do that. Actually, that might be the easiest way to go about that. Then I don't have the shadow problem and I retain the nice colors. It's not a bad call, since we're not seeing them. And it's just this afternoon sun effect that we're after. Is that rad? Could be rad. Might work out with the shadows as well. I mean, I did make the shadows as soft as possible already, but they're still pretty strong. But I don't actually mind. I mean, especially if we play with the position of the rotation of the sun a little bit. Maybe we'll just do that, and then we can go and have a oh, do you know what? This value is animatable. So I can actually literally tweak the time as we go on the gondola ride. That might also be nice. Who knows? Yeah, I think I like that. Let's do that. Remove the houses. Since we're not going there, one of those easy tricks in 3D, what you don't need, don't worry about, take it away. So pretty, exactly. And it's free. Isn't that cool? We get this for free. That is just so cool. It makes me so excited about Unreal Engine. Oh, look at that. I've accidentally ripped the roof of this house. Oh, this is components now. What happened here? Was that not grouped? I take it wasn't. Oh, not everything, man. That's not what I meant. I suppose that bridge would have been nice to have there. I don't think we'll go there, but just in case we do, I think I want to keep the bridge there. And it's just one wall. It's not one object, there's multiple objects here. Fine. Everything is gone. I like it. You want house? Yes, you want object here. Good stuff. You can go as well. Perfect. Did I? Oh, do you know what? I accidentally removed the water. I didn't mean to do that. Let me bring the water back. The water was selected here. House, come back. I'm sorry, I take it all back. Whew, there we go. Obviously, leave the water where it is. Yes, that's what we want. I'm just glad the water shader works this time. What does 3D Shenanigans look like when we come over here? Is that going to be a bit too much, or might be? It might be, but I think I'll be okay with it. At that point, we should dim down the sun. We should animate the sun to go down. I think that's a great idea. Oh, also, let's see it with people, shall we? Save and see it with people. Okay. People, come on, go. Go. People on place. And go. Here's a preview. Oh, and they're not moving, of course, because I've removed the nav mesh. The nav mesh isn't enabled because I've put that on here. Navigation. I don't know if it's going to work by just enabling this. My hunch is no, but let's see. So I do this. Do you guys walk? Could be that they don't. I may have to just put the nav mesh onto the main level. It might be it's working. No, same as with the ultra dynamic sky. So it looks like levels have a problem with that. So we just go select those and move them to that level. Takes a second. Aha. That looks more promising. There, perfect. Okay, so this is what the whole scene could potentially look like. Don't jump in the water. I want to put some gondolas on there so that as we look down there that we can see the gondolas. People hurrying. I feel like there should be a tree at the corner. I may move that tree over so that we have, or just duplicate it, something like that. This isn't bad. Especially if I can try to animate the sun value, so it doesn't have to move a lot, but if we see it moving a little bit. Look at the shadows everywhere. This is really cool. We may need some WP Guru graffitis on the inside of the bridges. I can see that working well. And you know what? The gondolas actually move on the water. Wow, that is cool. This might be a great spot for two people to have a conversation with one another. I'm actually impressed. I'm very impressed. And that makes me wonder if we do need more trees and more people here at the back, because it's like there's more people here, but they've all wandered off. So we could do with a bit of more crowd over there. But I suppose because the nav mesh goes in a continuous fashion, it might be that that isn't possible. Like here, I think some bridges, that might be nice as well at the very beginning. Oh, wow, really? Oh, that is crazy. Dang. Yeah, you got to get to the bottom of stuff like that, because with all types of subscription payments, it's just... Yeah, so maybe a tree or two over here, I'm thinking. Or we could also just go and put the railing on this. That might make this... Oh no, we can't, because that's the 3D Shenanigans logo. So that first. And maybe also make that... Oh yeah, random tree, random scale, good stuff. So once you see these trees in action, you think, hey, I don't really want to live without them trees anymore. Did I say 0.6? Make it smaller? That is what I said. It's because I'm using a random tree, isn't it? There, right in front of your balcony window. That's groovy. And I think we're going to have another one maybe here. There, and this could be... Yeah, perfect. Well... There, that's taking care of that. I think then over here, what's missing here is a couple of bridges across, because that looked really nice when we go through these bits and pieces here and there. So I think I might just go and borrow this bridge. Whoops, what happened? Yeah, whatever that was, and undo it. That wasn't good. Yeah, right, I'm thinking that as well. Oh, we're still in simulation mode, that's why. So if I can just duplicate this guy over, put that here. Man. Yeah, it shouldn't really be here. I'm thinking more further back where we have the room for it to make more sense. And it's more like eye candy, really, I'm thinking. That object I don't think we need there. Yeah, one might actually be enough. Yeah, there's just something there that's nicer. And I feel now we're actually a little bit short of something in the foreground here, but I'm hoping we're not gonna maybe see that. That's just large, isn't it? Okay, and then a couple of gondolas here. Private mooring over here. It's getting extremely addictive, I have to say, also this. Okay. Really cool software that lets you share your mouse and keyboard across multiple machines. Oh, it's cross-compatible with Mac and Windows. No Linux, sagely. $100 lifetime license. Not horrible for everything it offers. Do you know what? I'm actually using these things for something similar. So it's an MX series of bits and pieces, and that works as well. Logitech MX. There's a trackball, a mouse, and a keyboard that you can get, each of which is about $100, and they come with these unifying receivers, and they can be paired with up to 3 physical machines. So you can switch, like I have a Mac on the right and my PC on the left, and if I go and hold Control, I can literally swipe the mouse from the Windows PC over to the Mac and then control the Mac. So mouse and keyboard follows that, works with copy paste, and works with up to 3 machines. And you can pair up to 6 devices per receiver. That is really good. And they're also about $100 per device, but the software comes free. That is neat too. That is neat too. And it works basically just with how the devices are paired to the receiver. So you have mouse and keyboard on one receiver, the same mouse and keyboard on the second receiver, and then whatever software that is plugged in. I think it's Mac and Windows. I don't think it's Linux, but yeah, that works as well. Haha. A Hackintosh, yes, yes. A Hackintosh. So it's already 7:10, and I'm thinking maybe we'll come back to this tomorrow. I'd like to have one quick look before we go how this would work. And I've never tried this before, but I'd love to animate the sun. Let's see if we can make it work. I mean, that's another thing I've never tried out. But let's go and do that. Let's go and do that. So that was called UDS. Somewheres. Ultra Dynamic Sky. So I think the first thing I need to do, and the tree doesn't need to be tracked here. There. As I was saying, UDS. Ultra Dynamic Sky. So we want to go and track that. Actor to sequencer, Ultra Dynamic Sky, check. And the value we want to animate currently starts at 1765. Julia, make a note of 1765. That's the value that I'm going to use if we can't get the animated sun out. But if I were to try that, track, ay caramba, should time of day be in here, or do we just attach new binding? No, that's not how we do that. 7065. Thank you, Brian. Good stuff. I need 18 monitors for it. I totally agree, Nate. It comes together. When 3 monitors, it's just not enough. Time, speed, night length, day length. Ooh, look at all those animatable properties. Well, I don't have that in Easy Sky. Easy Sky is really good for real-time games. Man, that's crazy. Can I just go and click that? Add a keyframe for this property. Is that possible? Yes, even better. Time of day. Perfect. So just as an example, if I go here then to 30 seconds, and then on here I'll say, I don't know, 2000, it looks like this. Just as an example. And if I do that, go back to front, yes, oh my. So if I then play it back, that value actually animates. And night comes out. Oh my. Oh, that opens up a whole lot of other opportunities right when stuff just works. That is really cool, because that means, I mean, 3D Shenanigans kind of glows right here, so it'd be kind of good to have that darker. I mean, I really don't know. I can't tell at the moment. Is that good or not? We can even animate it back. What would 1900 look like here? Do we even see a difference? Maybe 1850? Or 1800? Lumen needs a little bit of time to recalculate that. And that's also not bad. So if I go and make that the new animated property, and then we'll just go from light to slightly darker, it's also not bad. Some things are just amazing in Unreal Engine, aren't they? Other things are just really difficult and cumbersome, but some things are just, this is not actually Unreal Engine, this is in its defense, this is Ultra Dynamic Sky exposing that property. But like really quick day-night cycle changes would be possible. Yeah, so I think we're losing the light towards the end here, but that's not a bad call. I didn't know that was possible, so I might just not use it for this example here. But it'll work great for static shots where nothing else is happening and you just animate the time of day. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I think here we're losing the light, so we're losing that super nice effect. I think I might untrack it and not animate it. But it's wonderful to see that it works. Yes, and then the logo would look nice, but we lose everything else. So I might go and untrack this, and then we're back to this, and that is just, that's beautiful as well. I think when we come by here, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I think tomorrow I'm going to go take care of some of the decals I want to use, and just a little bit of touch-ups for grass bits and pieces that can just sprout out through several corners. I think this is also where we might need another tree here. While I'm here, let me just go do that. Did we not do that? I thought, I had a feeling we did actually do that. Maybe we didn't. Sometimes Unreal Engine is funny when you're in simulation mode and you're back to this. Some of the changes are just not accepted. Some are just, they just go away. Let's just hope that this isn't one of those occasions. Tree, no, it isn't. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, thanks, guy. This was nice. Sebastian, thank you so much for the Ko-fi donation. I really appreciate that. I think we're going to get a really nice animation out of this. Let me go save this and say goodbye and good night. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to pick this asset up for free from the Unreal Engine Marketplace because, you know, why wouldn't you? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. And Brian, we have a chat tomorrow at 12 Eastern if we can make it happen. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.